Hey, anybody who might pop in, this is a live stream while I'm just hanging out and working on a project of mine. I don't necessarily expect anyone to actually pop in tonight, but I was just doing something, so I decided why not stream it. And, if anyone pops in, could have a chit chat or talk about stuff or whatever. It's just a late night live stream. Made a thud there, probably on accident. Moving something out from under my microphone. So anyway, I'm playing around with kind of making a Photoshop or a digital version of a G.I. Joe file card, kind of cleaning up some lines of what I believe is a scanned-in version. Yep, just cleaning up the lines, and I was working on that a little bit earlier today, and then I had to bug out of here. No, not here now, but I had to bug out earlier. So if anyone does happen to pop in, you can maybe even let me know if my music is too loud, since I'm not sure. I tried checking it out, but I think I got it low enough. So if I don't see anyone chit-chatting, I may not say a whole lot, or I may make random comments. I don't know. Since I can't actually see, apparently, when people log in or pop in. But I see when they say hi, or I see when you guys say hi. Oops. I'm not making a... Hey, Rob, you're here. Well, as I stated probably just before you got in here, I am kind of cleaning up a G.I. Joe file card for digital use. So kind of making something that I can use. So like if I hide this layer, then I can dump just about any portrait of any figure or picture or whatever in there. Make it pretty easy, and using that to kind of work on the lines there. I really like the classified figures and been disappointed that there's no file card, so I thought, hey, I could make a file card. Here, let me back this out for a second while you're here. So like, for example, let's you're not gonna see some of the stuff I do because I've only got my Photoshop up on the stream. That's alright. Let's grab Roadblock. And I'll pull in the Roadblock image, kind of put him right there, drag him under, hide that layer. What was that? Cancel. I actually did not quit the game. I'm still playing it. It's just very difficult to make some games for it. I should make some games for it. make videos for it. The lack of communication from that company has been very difficult. There's been lots going on in my life to where it's been difficult to kind of sit down and film that. But I'm really, really, really hoping to get back to that really soon. My goal was to film some more War on Cobra videos in September. I think the second week of September, or maybe it was the end of August. I can't quite remember now when my goal was. But in September, let's see, we're at the end of October. Yeah, I think it was like mid-September. It's been a little while now. We had to evacuate for wildfires for about a week and a half. And so that kind of screwed up some stuff, and been trying to catch up ever since then. And then Operation Blackout came out, and I really wanted to do some stuff with that. So I finally got one stream under my belt of that, first 3 missions. And so I'm wanting to get more of that streamed and kind of played. I've only done the first 3 missions. It's very, very sad. There we go. Yeah, I agree. I'd love to have Blackout on PC. I bought the Switch just so I could play it. Well, I had a couple reasons why I bought the Nintendo Switch. I had some Fortnite codes that I needed to turn in that was Switch only. And I really like the Pokemon games, so I bought the Pokemon games. But I wanted to play Blackout, so if I was smart, I would have done some other, like PlayStation or Xbox, because I guess they're a lot easier to stream to Twitch or YouTube with. I had to buy some extra equipment just for the Switch. It was a little expensive, but I've enjoyed Blackout. Have you tried it all, or are you just waiting for PC? Ah, yeah, yep, that makes sense. Yeah, sometimes there's just those games that pop out, like, oh, I gotta get it for this. This is the reason. Yeah, I don't know when that PC is going to come out. Game Mill said that they're going to, but I don't know. Hopefully soon. Something about being currently in development. I think I'm going to erase this. No, there was never supposed to be a PC release. It was never officially announced. That was really confusing in the community. Some people said, yep, G.I. Joe official said PC was going to come out, but Game Mill never, ever, ever. They didn't announce it on the website, the G.I. Joe Blackout website, and they themselves never announced it. So the fan community got themselves worked up on that one. I actually had several people argue with me saying I was spreading misinformation by saying that. Which adds. Because I know that IGN said it was supposed to be for PC, but they were wrong. And G.I. Joe Official on Twitter said it was going to be for PC. But you know what? They also insist that G.I. Joe's currently on the shelf so we can go buy it, which they're wrong about that too. But Game Mill is the only one who never, ever, ever answered anybody's. I emailed them like 3 times. They never got back to me about that. And they replied to somebody else saying it was local. Oh, we're talking about PC. But yeah, the PC, I never officially ever saw that, just speculation. Ooh, which campaign? Such a great campaign, I finished watching it. Which campaign? Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised that y'all peoples are showing up in here. Oh, just the Blackout game in general? Yeah, I've got the first 3 done. I'm really anxious to play. G.I. Joe stuff and me, it's just like, this is really difficult to sit back and not play it. But I really want to share it. It's the first time I've ever had a chance to share something like this with people, so I kind of enjoy sharing more than I do just kind of doing it myself. By myself? I'm solo. No, I'm kidding. Alright, let's erase a bunch of this stuff now. Gonna leave this open to where I could drop any logo in there. Any logo. Oops, I may have erased too far. Yeah, but I'm enjoying Blackout so much. I know there's a fair amount of people out there saying, oh, it's a horrible game, it's stupid, and you know, G.I. Joe this, or G.I. Joe doesn't do this, or this isn't true. But I've been enjoying it so much. The little bit I've played, it's just great. It's so classic to me. If we get nothing else classic G.I. Joe, that's a nice treat, that Blackout game. A lot of people say, well, it's not worth the money. Well, I don't know. Personal record for completion. Oh, you beat the... Wait. Is 8 hours for Rise of Cobra. Oh, the Rise of Cobra movie adaptation game. You know, I have that on Wii, and I never really played that much. I feel very disappointed in myself. I was thinking about that the other day, that I may have gotten through the first thing, whatever that was. I don't even remember now what that was. Scratch that. You couldn't find any... Couldn't find something? Beat it on the PS2? Well, I'm guessing it... Was it a very hard game? Was Rise of Cobra really that hard? I need to pull that out. Maybe I'll do that for fun sometime, is stream that somehow. Actually, you know, I may have an emulated copy. I may have that on my flash drive somewhere. I may have found it. Oh, it didn't link properly. Okay. Did y'all play any other G.I. Joe games, or primarily just the Blackout and War of Cobra and Rise of Cobra? Wasn't hard, just long. Well, that can be good and bad. If it's a long game, that means you got something to do. If it's a short game, you kind of feel cheated sometimes, like I paid what for this? It was so short. Hardy har. Excuse me. Alright, so now that is kind of hollowed out. So I can put any logo I want to in down there. I don't know about this background color. I may put something else in there. Let's see. There is this dusty file card. It's got that kind of a background color. Actually, I could put any color I want to in there. And then I got this. Oh, let's do that. Then I got this fast draw color background for that gray color. Check the right side. It shows Microsoft Windows as well. The right side of, well, you know, I've seen people talk about Windows as well. Oh, that's weird. Won't let you post a link, will it? Is there something preventing you from it? Like, does it say you can't do that? Maybe I've got a moderation thing going that I don't know about. Anyway, you're asking, Brady, you were saying something about file cards. What was that? Let's see. Uh-oh. So I've done something. Actually, I haven't actually done anything. I just hit stream and pretty much go for it. Let's see. Stream settings. Viewer activity. Analytics. Stream health. I don't see anything about moderating. Toggle pop out. I'll have to look into it. I don't want to waste a lot of time doing it now. But, oh, I got stream health is excellent. Sweet. I'll have to look into that to see if I have something about no links. I know there's a small bit of moderation, but I'm not sure about that. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, Brady, I'm working on like a... Let's do this here. I'm working on kind of like a digital file card. I know like Joe Customs has one that you can create, but I was kind of creating a layout so I can create file cards for other things in the future, specifically things like classified. I could dump in like a classified, well, yeah, that'll work for now. Like one of the classified not logos, but character art here, and then I could fill this out and do whatever I want to. I actually had a recommendation earlier from somebody that maybe I should look into making Fortnite bio cards. Thought that was kind of an interesting idea and had never thought about that before. Definitely never thought about that. So let's grab the dusty color here. Is that really the right color? Let's see. Set that over there. Yeah, those could be fun to write. The idea was maybe like, maybe that is the right color. The idea would be like you could write the little story about the character and when it's in the shop, how much. I think there's a few other things, but I can't remember now. Ooh. That's almost the right color. That's almost the right color. I think I may like that better than that peach. I think that was a peach color. If I remove that and remove those, I've got that so far. Let's see. Let's duplicate this. Yep. We will call you, I will call you tan. And we'll call you gray. And where's fast draw? There he is. Grab another color. Yeah, about right in there. And then gray, and then boom. Now we got like a gray one. Cool. Don't need that. Don't need that anymore. At least I don't think so. Let's see, I could come over here off screen. I have the new G.I. Joe logo that's on the new classified stuff. Actually, no, I don't want that yet. I want to make a background for this box. So draw a box about like right there. And we'll make it black. And then I'll drag it down below those so it's hiding. Actually, we'll also move it down because it's a little bit too high. About there. Now I'll bring in that Joe logo. This is the new classified. Actually, it's probably about the right size. Let's see. We'll bring it from the end. 1, 2, 3. We'll drag it down below that, and that'll hide. Oh, I already have a border. That's right. Okay, so that'll work. That'll give a 2-pixel border on each side. So then I can make it either color, whichever color I want. I could load whichever character in that I want. Oops. I meant roadblock, not the logo. So, it's almost midnight for me. What time is it for you guys? It's gotta be kinda late, unless it's really early. Yeah, something like that. Ooh, 2 a.m. So, okay. I'm in Washington. Oh, okay, so you're just north of me. Ooh, William, someone else is here. So you're just north of me then, Brady. I'm in Oregon. Let's make him a little bit bigger. So yeah, something like that. New York, wow. So yeah, it'd be something like that. That could look kind of cool. I'm sure there's some other stuff here to do. I think this may be all one color, since I filled it in. Kennewick. I either have heard of it or I've been there. Either have heard of it. Well, I'm sure I've heard of it. I'd have to look that up. Is the music too loud, by the way? I'm not really sure how loud it is for... I don't want it to be like overpowering because I can't talk real loud, like everyone in the house is sleeping. Let's see if I... Oh, Eastern side. Oh, okay. So it's over there. Ooh, that worked. Cool. That may... Oh, there's a little spot right there. Oh, that's eating up the side a little bit. Yeah, I found this really cool person who does some fantasy type music. Might make you think of like a role-playing game, if you've ever played role-playing games like Final Fantasy. And he's got, shoot, let me see here real quick. He's got like an album for sale for $20, and I think, let's see, 182 tracks for sale on it. It's crazy. And I lost my page over here. There it is. So I've discovered that I could just pop this on in the background because it's YouTube safe. I think you need more than a 2-point border. You mean around the frame of the photo? You can definitely pick that up if that's what you're talking about. Oh, you mean around the logo? Okay. Yeah, I could definitely do that. So let's see. There it is. So click the right button. 3, 4, say like 5 maybe. So that's just gonna hide behind it. Yeah, I think 5 would work better, so I'll have to do something on the right side over here. After a while, figure that one out. That made me... I don't really want to trim that logo down, but... So now comes potentially a fun piece. How to clean up these things. Could just draw a pile of rectangles. Now, if the rectangle is white, that would be even better. Let's see. We'll zoom out. We'll take a look at that one rectangle because it's so insignificant here. It looks cleaner. That's going to be a ton of rectangles. I don't know. That may not be the best way of going about this. Itty bitty ditty bag, Sergeant Slaughter. An itty bitty ditty bag. Got it. Yes, sir. Oops. Yeah, duplicate layer. Falcon didn't stand a chance at the slaughterhouse. What did I just do? Oh. So this is fun and easy until I get to the corners. Not so fun then. Oh, really? What got you reinvigorated into the hobby? What exactly? Because I've been doing a ton more Fortnite stuff than G.I. Joe stuff, which is disappointing to me. Get back to you. Yeah, I wanted to do more G.I. Joe related stuff on my channel, but there wasn't a lot to begin with. Hey, how are you today, tonight, this morning? Lots of terms I could use. Oh, the gameplays from War on Cobra. That's a good point. I did a lot of those. 30 or 40 of those. Oh yeah, that's Snake Eyes. Some people didn't like the fact we were getting a repeat, but I didn't care. We were getting something, and it was actually something cool. I wish I could have found the Storm Shadow, the Storm Shadow, or Baroness in Retroline. I ordered them from Walmart, all 3 of them. Then I found Snake Eyes. I actually found 2 Snake Eyes on a peg at Walmart. Gee, wow. I don't remember. Whenever I put that video out, that video was... I found it like the day or 2 before. And I missed the others by like 2 days, which is disappointing, I discovered. And then, but I had them all on order at Walmart, and then Storm Shadow got canceled not too long ago. And Baroness has been sitting in waiting purgatory for who knows how long. I got the Striker and I got the Hiss, but I'm still waiting on Baroness. And I don't know if I'm going to get her or not. Kind of have a feeling like I might not. But I might. As soon as I wrap up this Halo stuff, which I think I only have one more Halo item at the moment. Yeah, that kind of stinks. Been waiting for Snake Eyes for quite some time now. And now we're going to be waiting a whole entire stinking year. Whole year. Oh my goodness. A whole year. And I don't even know what's going on with Ever Vigilant. It's like on and off again. It's, I hear that sometimes they're going to make it, and then sometimes I don't hear anything about it. So I don't know what the latest scoop is. It was supposed to be a movie for a while that was after Retaliation, but then they're like, oh, no, we're actually not going to do this. We're rebooting everything. So it'd be kind of nice. I know we've had a crazy year. But it'd be nice if we could get some stuff figured out with the G.I. Joe related stuff. Where you at? Is it Heretic? Yeah. Where you at, Heretic? Oh, this one's got music, singing. Gonna compete with me here. I'm gonna skip this one. Let's see. Oh yeah, featured. Okay, let's go here. Collision. New Mexico. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Halo figures exactly. It's kind of weird. Their release date was October 1st, if I remember right. And then people saw some, but then like nobody found them, so who knows what's going on exactly. Oops. Let's see. Rotate. Nope, not you. Rotate you. So good luck with the Halo hunt. That's almost as bad as the G.I. Joe Classified. Let's see. Does that work? that didn't work. It's getting there real close. Hey, those Halo figures, they're really cool. They are neat. The 4-inch figures are the best, I think. Yeah, I'm kind of getting anxious and interested in the game. Alright, what's my problem here? What's going on? Okay, I know what my problem is. Let's do this. Rotate. Boom. Just make it easy. Yeah, I've never played the Halo games, but even I'm, with getting into the figures and everything, I'm kind of getting interested in that game now. Too bad we don't know when it's going to be out. That would be something nice to know. I can't duplicate it there. Why won't you be able to play it, Brady? Actually, there's a strong possibility I won't be able to play it either. If it's an Xbox thing, then I'm out of luck. Ah, yep. We're in the same position. I just bought the Switch for the Operation Blackout game, and so I'm not buying an Xbox anytime soon. What would be curious and what would be really interesting, I think, would be if they actually release it on Steam. Since they've released the Master Chief Collection on Steam, I wonder if they would do that, or if it's going to be like an Xbox exclusive, since it's their system. Come on, where's my right click? I'm probably just doing this like really the wrong way. I use Photoshop a fair amount, but I've never tried doing all these little tiny rectangles. OG Xbox, is that Xbox number 1, the very first one? I had that, the very first one. Actually, I bought it from a friend, and he did some really cool stuff. He modded that thing. He opened it up, and he put in a new hard drive, like a bigger hard drive, and then he installed, I don't remember what it was, but he bought something off the internet, and he soldered in, I guess it was a chip, and it allowed him to essentially install like a ton of Xbox ROMs. ROMs. Been a while since I've messed with that. And so then you could load it up, and there's just a ton of games on there. It was a really cool thing when he got, like, I think he was getting another system. And so he was like, oh, I'm gonna get rid of this. I was like, hey, please give it to me, because it's really cool. It's got all this stuff on it that would cost a ton of money. He's like, okay, cool, why not? This file card is definitely not even. Or, well, actually, I could go up one more on all these. So yeah, that was fun. You know what the funny thing was, though? No Halo. There was no Halo on that. He must not have been a Halo player. Although, the original Halo came out on Xbox One, right? Okay. So I guess I did actually. I've been telling people I haven't had access to anything that would play Halo. I guess I've accidentally lied. Dude, this is a creepy song. What is this? It's like Halloween right here. The Mad Harvester. I love this song. This is great for right now. Past the mission that introduced the Flood. The Flood. Joyride figures. I don't think I've heard of Joyride. You talking about the Halo McFarlane? McFarlane Halo? Yeah, it may not look like I'm doing a whole lot when I back out this far, and you still see these little white dashes all the way around and they look the same, but it really does make it a little bit slicker looking when you got the nice clean lines. Inside this property box. Oh yeah, what was it, Bungie? Didn't Bungie have Halo before Microsoft bought them? I think that's who it was. Oh my goodness, look at all these rectangles. Yeah, see, I know something. May not know a lot, but I know something. Okay, so if I, just for fun with this layer, I can grab the pencil tool. And then I could, actually I could increase this brush. Too big. I could just brush up and down there. Makes a nice, clean, let's see, yeah, something like that. It's kind of hard to tell from back here, but I don't know. I like this. And then that layer will be my black border. I wonder if I should have made the tan and gray their own. I still don't know how to make these. I wonder, you know, I've never... There's a custom shape tool. I've never tried using that before. Never, ever, ever. Don't really want to be on layer 2. Pasco, I've heard that place. Pasco, Washington. I was actually up in Seattle not too long ago. Okay, well that was not exactly the custom shape I was expecting. Oh yeah, Jada, they just put out some G.I. Joe toys. G.I. Joe metal figures and vehicles. Okay, so let's try... Oh, drat. What tool is it? I'm drawing a blank. It's not the pencil. It's not the brush. Ooh. Let's shrink you up there. It's not the pencil. Oh. Pen tool. That's what I'm looking for, I think. Alright, I'm attempting something I've never tried before, so it's going to fail, so you all get to watch me fail for a minute. Wow. No, that's not going to work. Huh, I thought I did something different. Oh yeah, the G.I. Joe card game from Wizards of the Coast. That was fun. I still have that. That's such a fun game. Fun small fact for you, since you like to drop the fun fact about the Bears. Sorry, I'm drinking Pepsi while I talk. Excuse me. Fun fact is I wrote a couple articles for that game that went up on the Magic, not the Magic Gathering, the Wizards of the Coast website. I don't remember which articles at the moment, but I have them printed out. Because they are no longer on that website. Nope, don't like that either. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I've never tried using this. I don't even think I'm smart enough in Photoshop to be able to pull this one off. Oh, cool. 03, huh? So you're not legal yet, are you? Excuse me. Oh, let's not talk about Jackal. Apparently I attempted it on my video. And I'm not sure if it was a success or not. Alright. Yeah, that's failing. Sweet. You're getting close. Alright, we're not gonna ding around with those anymore. I'll have to figure out how to do these corners later. Hey, it's a triangle. I bet I could do a triangle. I bet I can. Well, the idea was there. Let's rotate you. Had he spoke English? That's a good point. That's a very good point. Had he spoken English. So maybe I got the right tones. Maybe? I don't know. That's a good point. I didn't think about the fact that I didn't even know if he spoke English or not. That's funny. That's not too bad. Boom. And the white triangle is born. I'll have to figure out what font that is for sometime later. Hey, you know what? That is a good movie score. There's no reason to have a bad feeling about that. I have the opening number and the opening with the lyrics and the closing without just the musical, as well as a few of the the instrumentals from in the movie. I have that on my phone. I can listen to it just about any time I want to, and I will still listen to it. It's pretty good. It's very inspiring. It has a certain, I don't know, a certain upbeat, inspirational tone to it. Do you have a record player? By any chance? By any chance? The reason is, on Amazon, Hasbro is putting out play anything low brass, so, oh, okay. Hasbro is putting out, I think it's Hasbro, is putting out a record player. Hey, Rat King, how's it going? Hey, Heretic, you know what? You should send an email to Boss Fight Studios. I bet that would be something down their alley if they could get the license to it. Have you seen their Bucky O'Hare figures? Those are pretty cool. So I bet of anybody, Boss Fight Studios might pull that one off. I do play that G.I. Joe mobile game, War on Cobra. I just don't make very many videos. Actually, I haven't made any videos for a couple months now because that company's made it so darn difficult to make videos. They don't tell us anything pretty much about events anymore. And just about whenever I made a video, they went and changed something. And so it's like, what's the point of making these videos when, you know, so it's like I kind of feel bad, you know, hey everyone, this is how you do something and this is how you make this work, but then they go and they screw it all up, essentially. Not to be terribly cynical or negative about it. I was going to say, I thought you left the server, and I didn't think I'd seen you on the map lately. So I was starting to wonder, I kind of get when I look around, I can kind of see who's still around. And there's a lot of players that have just vanished. And I understand why. I'm a sucker for anything G.I. Joe, so I'll keep playing it. And I'll be making some more videos in the future. I was supposed to start making some in the middle or so of September, but we were evacuated for wildfires. And so a lot of stuff got like flipped upside down on me. So I've been waiting on these Halo figures since February. And so those popped out. And so about the time I was going to start making more War on Cobra videos, these things showed up. Ooh, the magot's awesome. If you can level that maggot up, it's great. Get that maggot leveled. Get it max leveled. It'll be a game changer for you. I love maggot. I say that, but I don't actually use it because mine's not leveled. Although I'm getting really close to having a couple units leveled max. SH figures. What are those? Ew, that's horrible. Sorry, Brady. Did you miss Heretic? Did you mistype? Is that figures or is that actually Figuarts? Figuarts. I assumed it's figures. This message. Figures. Hi, Dolphin. How are you? Yeah, that's right, Racking. I remember you. You had some tails sometimes. Didn't you spend like $200 or $300 like one night on that game? That's like an insane amount. You're right about the get a game PC and load up something like BlueStacks and play the game that way. Oh, look at that. Oh, cool. I've actually been pretty keeping these evenly spaced. Look at that. Good on me, except for there. Oh man, why did I just have to notice the spacing now? I'm going to want to make up all space the same. Nope, let's just leave it like it is. It's probably for the better. No more $300 War on Cobra things. Starting to learn a lesson with a, so to speak. If I did that, my wife would kill me, and I would have no G.I. Joe collection ever again. Bad enough that I buy a ton of toys. Okay, so the truth is, I actually wouldn't be buying a lot of these toys if I didn't have a YouTube channel to do something with. That would be a big no-no for me. I'd probably be getting G.I. Joe stuff, and that'd be about it. So what's SH Figuarts? Well, that's that. Okay, hey, you know, you found the positive side in that, Rat. Good job. That's a good point. Could be a lot worse. That's true. All right. How close am I? I'm getting bored with this. Oh, good. I'm almost across the top. Almost across the top. And that's not the long side. That's the long side. Perseverance, right? A Bandai company. Oh, okay. I'll have to look that up. SH Figuarts. It's a lot of tedious work. You are absolutely right. That's why I decided to do it on live stream, to see if just by any chance, you know, night owls might pop up and pop in and say hi. I didn't even advertise it this time. When I was doing it earlier today, I actually advertised it, and about 3 people, I think, popped in. But I was just like, hey, I'll just see what happens if I go live while I do this. I wanted my own file card so I could do a lot of stuff with it. So I decided, hey, I could just work on this while I'm on online, and it's a little bit easier to talk verbally than try to type it all in while I'm working. And earlier today I didn't have any music playing. It kind of was like, I think I needed something musical in the background. Watching you do the G.I. Joe tutorial was painful. How do you crouch? Yeah, I should probably redo that. How do I crouch? It was painful while doing it too. It's just like there's got to be a way. What am I missing here? I'm glad you're finding it calming. That's the whole point. It's late night for me, and everybody may be trying to sleep unless I'm keeping them awake. But just thought I'd do this for a little while, and whoever wants to pop in, whether you like what I'm doing or not, yeah, you can chit chat, type in some stuff. Be kind of cool if this had a, I don't know if there's a way for others to audio chat or not, but that would probably be a cool little thing to have. Then you wouldn't have to actually type everything. How do you crouch? Yeah, it was painful. I got someone on the comments. He was like, next time read the instructions, or next time read which controllers, which buttons do what. Yeah, the music is actually really cool, since some of you... Yes, Joe, I have finally played Operation Blackout. I did the first 3 missions, and I found the tutorial very, very troublesome. But anyway, I'll mention again, I mentioned earlier, but I'll mention again for the new people joining, the music that's playing is by a guy who's on YouTube. And what's his name? Shoot, Vindsvept. Vindsvept, if I said that too fast. I'm listening to one of his albums, and you can buy it for like $20, and there's 182 tracks on it. Ooh, I was okay. So one of the things on my playthrough was that I was using the Joy-Con from the Switch, because that's all I had. I have since gone out and bought a Pro controller and a wired controller, and the plan is to at some point try both of those controllers out and see how they do on the game before my next live stream of the game, and see if that's a smarter option, so it's not as painful. Duplicate layer. Cool, layer 53. I'm pretty confident that there's a better way to do this, but I don't know at the moment. Yeah, I'm really anxious to try the Pro controller. I've had several people recommend it now, and it does seem like, you know, a smart idea. And team battle, that's a good point. And try it in one of those modes. So, Joe, have you tried Operation Blackout yourself? Alright, I lost track of my layer. Which layer are you? Oh, you're down here. Well, let's fix that real quick. Okay, duplicate. Alright, I'm back on track now. So, let's see. When I was calling out targets or giving suggestions. Okay. That's a cool sounding song. I feel it's competing with me, but. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Rat King. It was nice seeing you. Oh, you haven't gotten it yet, Joe. What system do you have, Joe? The cool thing, and I'm going to have to do this just because I want to, is I want to get the Operation Blackout digital bundle, PS4. So I think the digital bundle is now available on all the systems. I really like the song, but I'm going to jump it forward because it's kind of distracting me with the words. But it's really cool. What's it called? Norkskin? Where are you? Oh yeah, featuring. Let's go to Hugin's Flight. So I think all the systems, all consoles now have that digital bundle, and I highly recommend it if you're a downloading type of person. I prefer buying the physical copies of the games because I never know when, sometimes like during the winter time, I don't have internet. The digital, or the deluxe digital bundle, whatever it's called, it's got some really, really cool features. You've got some music, and you get a digital art book, and it shows you a lot of the concept art and all the different skins that you can get for the different characters. It's got some really cool. Go into your PS4 store, your Sony store, whichever it is, and look it up. There should be some screenshots of it. I think the most valuable part of it would be the music. I love that music. I think the music in the game is amazing, and I really want to have a copy of it. I really want to have a copy of that music. And so the music, there's like, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, I don't know how many tracks. I'm just throwing out numbers here. But the music is, from what I understand, parts of it are from the soundtrack of the game and the old cartoon. So there's a couple reasons there. Music to me is a really cool thing because we've never really had the G.I. Joe music ever released before. And so that would be a good option, because what you could do is, if you know how to do it, you can hook your system up to a computer. I'm guessing PS4 is probably like all the other current systems out there that you could hook it in with HDMI into your computer probably. I don't know if you'd need a box. I've got a box now. I can hook my Switch into the computer. You could just go like my headphone, a mic cable, I think it is. But if you can get that hooked up to your computer, then you could play the music and record it and create digital copies for yourself. Although I didn't actually recommend that, because it just occurred to me that may be something they would frown upon. But what I did was, I have all the cartoons, all the movies, anything that G.I. Joe has ever been in a visual, moving story format. I have that all in digital copy. And so one time I spent some time playing through a lot of it and capturing a lot of music because I wanted it. I wanted to listen to it. I wanted to play. So excuse me, I just went and I ripped a lot of music for my own personal pleasure. And so having that option from that digital bundle is making me very, very excited. The record, I was telling Brady earlier, I don't think I finished telling Brady earlier that that's not supposed to go anywhere, that they're putting out a record. It's on Amazon at the moment, and I think it's like $23 or $24, and it's a vinyl. I guess I call it a record, they call it vinyl now. So, and there's supposed to be a bunch of old music. The guys who did the G.I. Joe music have died. And actually, one of the guys was in the middle of working and like restoring it when he died. Or he had died in the middle of not actually doing it, but he was in the process. And I don't think they have all of the original music restored. So I think what's on the vinyl and what's in the game is all they've got. Because they were supposed to put out like a deluxe CD years ago, if I remember right. Background music for what? The cartoon or the game, Brady? Yeah, I think they, if I remember right, they did that for Transformers. They put out a CD when it was restored. I think it was a CD. Oh, that's fascinating. Huh, that one's really off. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay, so just people have the music on YouTube. Yep. Now, there was somebody a while back, I don't know if I want to say, it must have been years ago. I know there was somebody who went and pulled off a lot of music from in the cartoons and did what they could to try to remove the sound effects so you could have a nice, clear audio experience, I guess. Audio experience. And that's out there. That's on some website somewhere. But that bothered me just a little bit. Oh. And here's something if you're looking for music. Actually, you can't really do this much anymore. Have you ever played Transformers Earth Wars? If you played Earth Wars, actually, and this may not really apply. It applies to me, though. Last year, November, maybe? It was October, November, somewhere last fall. Earth Wars had a crossover with G.I. Joe. They had G.I. Joe stuff in the game. And they also put G.I. Joe music in the game. And if you went into the options and settings, you were able to, instead of having the Transformers music, you were able to have G.I. Joe music. It was really cool. And I figured this is not going to last forever, so I pulled out one of my the audio recorder that I use when I make videos, and I hooked it up, and I recorded off as much music as I could, because I'm that kind of a person. I want to, if there's something I like, I want to try to maintain that. Since I think it was February or March, they did an update. And then I discovered from some other people, because I never switched out my audio. I kept music as G.I. Joe for Transformers because, well, I like G.I. Joe. And so if I'm going to play a Transformers game, I might as well listen to G.I. Joe music. The only reason I played Earth Wars was for G.I. Joe. But I have never switched off. And when they removed the option of choosing G.I. Joe music, but I apparently was grandfathered in because I never changed that music. And so I'm still to this day playing G.I. Joe music in Earth Wars. And if you were playing Earth Wars and have it installed, cool, 14, then and if you chose G.I. Joe music and never ever turned it off, you may still have G.I. Joe music. For those few of you. So I brag every once in a while, like, hey, I still have G.I. Joe music on Transformers. I actually had one person call me a liar for that. But I recorded off all the music that I could once, so I could listen to it. Because I liked it. It was actually pretty good and clear music, too. Because they digitized it, I guess. It was a really short event. It was like, if I remember right, they advertised it, and because I wasn't playing the game, it wasn't in my sphere of, I wasn't paying attention to that stuff. And so, like, when I heard about it being advertised, it was like, boom, it's already started. And I think I missed out on like the first weekend event. And then I realized I needed to be in an alliance to do anything cool. Ooh, excuse me. And I wasn't able to find an alliance fast enough, so I created my own, and that just failed miserably. And then I realized later, after I actually dumped a little bit of money into that game, because I wanted to get I wanted the G.I. Joe and Cobra Transformers so bad, I actually put a little bit of money into it. Didn't get them. I think it was January or February, I realized, oh, you can get these things through like free crystals. And I was like, that sucks. I had no idea. I was just so frantic. It was like weirdly frantic to get those bots. Wanted to get them just in case I needed to get pictures of them for something. For some reason. I do stuff like that. Make sure I have like digital versions of everything I can come across G.I. Joe related. I think it comes from the fact that I used to make some G.I. Joe history videos a couple years ago. And at the time I was doing those, I needed so much reference material that it's weird. Maybe I should be doing 13 instead of 14. I just needed so much reference material that it's easier to digitize what I can, so that I have digital access to all that stuff. So I like digitizing everything I can in regards to G.I. Joe. Yeah, 13's better than 14. So I bored you with the whole Transformers and G.I. Joe music. Just started talking. Didn't realize how easy it can be just to talk. There's a kitty cat walking by me. Alright, let's zoom out and see how this is. Oops, that's the wrong window. Let's zoom out on Photoshop. Get a bird's eye view here. Well, I can definitely see the white rectangles versus the kind of grainy corners. Cool, I'm almost halfway across the bottom. And then I'm going to collapse all these rectangles. Oops, wrong way. I bet my music is putting people to sleep. It's nice and kind of quiet sometimes. Oh wow, hour and 13 minutes I've been on. Made it longer this time than I did last time, earlier today. Wish I could right click that and get a duplicate. Yeah, I'm doing something hard. Nice. Good. Best way to do it. I'm missing something. There should be a control, the keyboard shortcut for duplicate layer. I wish I could remember what it was. Actually, I've been wasting my time. I don't need to click that every time. Huh. Boom. Well, 13's not doing it either. Yeah, you listen to that G.I. Joe music. Inspiration. You know what would be really cool? Is if somebody, because you said you're looping it for working out, it'd be really cool is if someone kind of did a, what's the genre? I'm like distracted while I'm doing this. Like a club remix of it. That'd be pretty cool. Like an upbeat. Oh my goodness. That would be amazing. I wonder if anybody has any like sheet music. Have you looked for sheet music? I can almost... I wonder what it takes. There was... Oh, shoot. What was this app I had? You could essentially hum whatever you wanted to into your phone, and then it would create the sheet music for you. I wonder if you could play music into it. SoundCloud. Is that it? Let me look that up here real quick. Let's look at that. Was it SoundCloud? No. What am I thinking of? That's not SoundCloud. That's like something entirely different. That's something for somebody like me who's... shoot. Let me look here. That would be neat. I had it on my phone here. I don't know if I still do. Let's see, sound. Maybe it was Score. Let's see, Score. ScoreCloud. I bet that's what it was. Let's look that up here real quick. ScoreCloud. Yeah, it's free music notation software. Play your music, ScoreCloud notates. Look into that. ScoreCloud. SCORE Cloud. And the idea, and I don't know if it's just for piano, and I don't know what kind of notes that you would need for those, but I wonder if you held your phone up while the music is playing, and I wonder if it would create the music for you. That would be crazy cool. There you go. I gave you an assignment to investigate. Like you need more assignments, right? Yeah, I've always got tunes. I got something. I already have 3 million. Yeah, I've always got some sort of a tune or something going on in my head. And I'd usually do like my audio recorder on the phone, voice recorder. Or there's some note-taking programs out there that, yeah, you can do some voice memos. And so what I'd do is I'd turn those on and just like hum some of my ideas. I was like, there's got to be a better way, because all this does is just records a voice memo. But, sorry, I was looking at the bass there for a second. But I can't really do anything with that. All I can do is just listen to my humming, years later. And then I started doing some research and I found that ScoreCloud. I was like, oh my goodness, this is like one of the coolest things ever. If you're into music, it's really, really cool, I think. Because, yeah, you can hum it, you can sing it, you can do lots of stuff, and it will create the notes for you. Now, it may not always be perfect, but, it's a start. BandLab. BandLab, huh? Music starts here. Social music creation platform. Oh, that's kind of interesting sounding. So what do you do with BandLab? Do you do like instrumental stuff? Like, does it like, is it a notation software, or do you play into it and then it records it and creates it digitally, or how do you work with that? Okay, so you like hook it in and then play into it. Oh, okay. I remember when I took music writing a long time ago, a music writing class, or music notation class. I called it writing because, well, you're writing music. And we had our keyboards attached to the computers, and we had Finale on there. And then all we'd have to do is just play on the keyboards, and Finale would jot it down for us. It's like, this is the coolest thing ever. I don't ever have to write music. I made the poor choice of mentioning that to my teacher one time. He looked, he's like, oh yeah, don't think just because you're using technology you're going to get out of writing it. It's like, drat. Somehow, though, I did. I don't remember actually writing any music out. Golly, 102 layers. I think I'm doing this really like a wrong way. I think there must be a much better way of doing this. Oh well, this is the last one, I think. So I'm glad I decided I'm doing it the wrong way on the last one. Well, last one is relative. The name does not sound familiar. I don't usually know a lot of people by what they do. I mean, they have to be pretty big in like the soundtrack Hollywood world for me to know who they are. Otherwise, I just know of their music stuff. Like if I didn't know, I wouldn't know John Williams if it wasn't for Star Wars. Otherwise, it would just be Star Wars music. Which one did I just do? What did I do? Yeah, there we go. All right. Cool. Oh, cool. I'm always in respect of anybody who can actually write music like that. You know, that's an amazing thing to be able to do, is write music. Oh, I need to do something with these layers first. I need to collapse these things badly. Yeah, let's just group. Rectangles. Give it a blue color. Boom. All right. Wow. While he was still in school, he wrote that stuff. That's crazy. So we scared everybody else off with the musical talk. Well, it still says there's people here. If anyone else is around and they want to pop in with something, feel free. I'm talking with whomever wants to talk. So Brady, is there any music movies that you like musicals or anything like that? Let's see. So tan. I'm gonna work on the tan now. You can't do ETC. I don't know what ETC means for you. We all have different tastes. Come on. Are you just meaning like Broadway shows? Is that the ETC? Broadway's awesome. Musicals are pretty close to my #1 favorite style. Okay, bear with me here because I understand I'm about to say probably like something weird, but musical movies are like my favorite genre, even though they're usually based off of Broadway, and that's probably the best place to go and view them. But I don't have the luxury of going out to shows like that, so musical movies are my favorite, one of my favorites, next to epics. Epics. Big, bold epics that are like 4 and 5 hours long. Those are awesome. But I like a variety of musical movies. Yeah, well, you know, there are some good movie scores out there. There is some amazing. Yeah, one time a person told me, like, it's too bad that we don't have composers anymore, or people like the great classical greats, Beethoven and so forth, Mozart, Chopin, and all that. I looked at them, I was like, are you serious? Have you watched a movie lately? Like, oh no, those don't count. Like, what? What do you mean those don't count? They have to compose that music for the movie. It's like there are some really good stuff out there. I mean, look at the Tchaikovsky's, I can always never say his name, the Nutcracker Suite. I mean, that's like an olden day movie or something if you want to go that route. Take someone like John Williams, Star Wars, even if I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, that's still a pretty good piece of music. There's some others out there that are really pretty good too. Exactly, they've adapted to how things are. The composers, some of them used to compose music simply for composing sake. It was fun, they enjoyed it. Who's to say some of these people, why would they do all that work for a movie if they didn't enjoy it? At least a little bit. So, yep, you're exactly right. They've adapted to our world, their current surroundings. And I think there's some pretty good, imagine going forward about 100 years from now. I bet some of these Hollywood composers will be in the history books as great composers. Not all of them. I don't want to go that far. But some of them will be. I bet John Williams will be in there. I keep saying John Williams just because, he's like amazing. And he's done several things. I wish I could. James Horner, he's another one that I've listened a lot to. Who else have I listened to from movies? I had a friend when I was in school, when I was in college. and that's all he ever bought was soundtracks. And one day he was like, "Here, do you want to borrow my CDs?" I was like, what's the catch? Shoot. Oh, is this it? This? Okay, layer 2. That's what I'm looking for. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Really?" He's like, "Sure." I was like, "Okay, am I supposed to just like listen to this stuff or what?" He's like, "You could copy it if you want to." Yeah. So I spent like a couple days and I just like copied like everything he had. Oh yeah, that's what I want to do. Oh, that's right. He did do Superman as well, didn't he? Yeah, he's done a lot of stuff. It's if it's epic and instrumental, he had a hand in it, I'm quite sure. Trevor, one thing I like a lot is The Last of the Mohicans soundtrack. I listened to that for years, and that was done by Trevor Jones, if I remember right. If you haven't heard that soundtrack, look it up. Not every song on there is amazing, but how often do you ever get a soundtrack with every song being amazing? There's a couple, but not usually. And but I love Last of the Mohicans. It's got some amazing pieces on there, in my opinion. But I think Trevor Jones did that. When I find someone who does something... Okay, here, do you want to... Okay. Let's come back to geek culture real quick. How about the Transformers instrumental soundtrack? What was his name? Jabowski? Steve? Ooh, let's see. I'm going to screw up his name. Transformers soundtrack. I mean, some of the instrumental stuff he did on the Transformers, Jablonski. I hope you know who I'm talking about, because I screwed his name up. But the live-action Michael Bay first Transformers movie, that guy did some amazing work. No, not the cartoon. Stan Bush was really good for the animated Transformers. I'm talking about the instrumental for the live-action Michael Bay movies. The first one. Yeah, Stan Bush with the songs he did for the animated movie, like You Got the Touch, they're good. Yeah, some of those were pretty good. Oh, I can't do that. I've heard Lord of the Rings is good, but I've never actually listened to the music. Oh yeah, the Linkin Park songs. Or at least Linkin Park did the first one. And then I don't remember who did the second one. Yeah, that was a pretty good song that they had. Drawing a total blank on... I can kind of hear it in my head, kind of, with that music in my head. But that was a good one. I remember the end, the stinger after the credits or during the credits. They were doing that song, and then Starscream like flies off. Really, Linkin Park did the first 3 movies? I thought they had a different group for each movie, and Linkin Park was the first one. Huh. Yeah, What I've Done. That's what I'm thinking of. I just remember like Starscream is like flying off into space at the end, and they're still playing that song. Oh, interesting. This pencil is not covering everything black like I want it to. Oh well. I may actually have that first Linkin Park song I may have bought that actually from iTunes. I may have that on my phone somewhere. Oh man, really? That sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's been a rough year for a lot of people. You don't usually know, when you're talking with people, what they've been through and what's going on in their life. That's why I try to be nice. Try to be nice. But that stinks. I'm sorry. Wow, April. So that was kind of early in a lot of this stuff. That was within the first month of a lot of stuff locking down and happening. Well, that's good. It's always good to be able to find those things that can help us get through a situation. Some people don't find those things and they can get into a really bad place. But it's always good when we can find something we can kind of cling on to, something we can hold on to, help us get through it. We survive a little bit better that way, I think. Sorry, what I'm doing on screen is not as riveting as playing games or something. I actually kind of think that something like this would work a lot better on Twitch maybe than on YouTube. The old O-ring trick, huh? Remind me, what's the old O-ring trick for you guys? Just like swapping them out for old, like an old O-ring for new O-ring, or? Alright, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. 3, 4, 5. Huh, 6. That's kind of different. Those are too close. The one in the joint in the waist. Oh, you're just talking about the old O-ring Joes? You're talking about just fixing those, the older vintage ones? Oh, that's a nice one. You still have that one? That's a special figure right there for you. Never lose it. gung-ho and the dress blues just became more than just a G.I. Joe figure. It became a memory for you. Bugger. Let's see. How does that look visually? Oh, look at all those little pink numbers. Yeah, I think that looks okay. Should almost put this up on a website when I'm all done with it. Here you go. This is how you make your own file card. Interesting. Oh, really? It was over there that it started? I remember watching on the news that up in Washington there was that retirement facility. Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Was that that was in the same place, huh? Oh, not retirement, assisted living, you said. Was it like the same company, or was it actually like the same location? Oh, okay. So different location. Well, that's, I guess, good. Well, I don't know. So it must have hit there then, huh? Did a lot of people get it up there in that location he was in? Oh, wow. So were these connected places, like rooms inside of a bigger building, or were they like independent locations? Okay. Yeah. I'm used to those. So that means really, really close quarters. When you got something going on like that and you can't actually get away, like if you're in separate houses, it's a little bit easier to kind of get yourself away from that. But when you're in a big building, it gets a little bit more difficult. I'm really lucky, and I know I'm really lucky. I'm out in the country. I'm not in the city. So this thing has generally not bothered me a whole lot. It's been a little inconvenient. You know, I'm just the average person who like, oh, why do I have to wear a mask and all that? But I know why. But out here where I'm at, wow, just got black. That's kind of hard to see. But out here where I'm at, we don't really notice a whole lot on acreage, multiple acreages, and so are all the people around here. And so it hasn't really bothered us too much, but I'd hate to be in the city during all this. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, it'll take a little bit of time. I get it. I can understand. I may not know exactly what you're talking about, but I can understand, because I can associate that with other stuff. It's a very difficult thing. Oh shoot. So he's had to be really careful. Where's he at? Is he in a place or his own? He's had to probably be really careful through all this. Immune compromised, I'm guessing. Has he been hiding out through all this? Oh, by the way, I probably should have prefaced this earlier. Be careful probably what you type into chat. I think this chat gets saved with the live stream, so don't get too personal with any details, beyond what you already have that you might not want stuck there. I'm not really sure how the whole chat thing works, but I thought I'd better do a quick warning for you. So you got some stuff to do. Yeah. I will be honest and say I can't imagine that. I can't imagine the having to, I guess, so to speak, grow up early and having to take care of some of that stuff. That hasn't been anything in my life. But it kind of stinks when that happens. And even if I don't fully understand it, I can still sympathize. I can't say that word. One, two. Zoom in. That would be 10. That would work. You mean this time of night? Hey, you know what? Whatever works for feeling that way. Not to depress you, bear with me, but you've got a bit of a road ahead of you. So any opportunity you can grab for something like that, do it. Yeah, you just need those times to. You need those times to be able to kind of chill out and just smile and have a little bit of fun and think funny, interesting things. There should be nobody in this world who doesn't understand that, and it's a problem when they don't. But you have to. It's a de-stressor. To smile, to laugh. It's amazing what it can do for our health. And even to imagine backwards. You know, I do the same thing sometimes. I will think back, like, oh, well, I remember when Toys R Us looked like this, and that was so cool. I wish it was that way now, and so forth. But even though there's a bit of sadness in thinking, you know, stuff like that, you know, remembering the sad parts of things, although yours is a little bit more than mine, you know, Toys R Us compared to some of the things you've mentioned is really not in the same park. But just, you know, the general feeling. It's still a fun, happy feeling. The toys or, you know, kiddish stuff. It's still a happy feeling, even if there's a little bit of sadness in it. And I wouldn't trade any of that. That's a good feeling to have. Life can be hard and you're discovering some of that. You gotta find the little joy and a little bit of fun when and where you can. When did you find my channel? Just out of curiosity, roughly. Actually, I should actually hide all that. So about in April or so? Okay. So you didn't find some of my good stuff. When I started the channel, it was going to be only G.I. Joe, nothing else. Oh wait, what's up here? Oh shoot. Let's not do that. It was going to be a G.I. Joe only channel because that's my toy. That's the thing that was the only toy I ever played with or grew up with. That's the only thing I ever cared about. So my channel was a G.I. Joe only channel. And so I was doing some history related stuff. Actually, I think all of my stuff was mostly G.I. Joe. Oh, shoot, what just happened? History related stuff. My basic training series. And then I had some problems with that. I got dinged a few times for copyright. And the length of time it took to put them together got kind of discouraging. Oh, I'm talking about before War on Cobra. Back in 2018, I had a basic training, what was called G.I. Joe Basic Training, and it was going to be like history topic. Actually, have you ever seen Transformers: The Basics? By, was it not Chris McLeod, that's Final Four. That's the Full Force. No, it's an Irish guy, I think it is. That's gonna drive me nuts. I have to know who it is. Hang on, I gotta search this one up. Chris McFeely. Okay, that's what it is. McFeely. He and I talked like years ago when I was starting to do the G.I. Joe one. I was like, hey man, you don't have any plans to do G.I. Joe stuff, do you? He's like, nope. Only if I do a G.I. Joe and Transformers episode will I get into G.I. Joe. And I said, okay, so would you mind if I kind of stole your idea and did a G.I. Joe version? He said, no, go for it. Have a blast. Have fun. He didn't really tell me Oh, yep, I'm missing some stuff. He didn't really tell me exactly how difficult it was to create and edit that stuff. It's like, oh my goodness, that's hardcore. That stuff. Because I'm kind of a perfectionist, so when my idea was I'm going to write a script. Took usually about a day and a half to write a script. And then, oh, I need this layer back. Hang on just a sec, I gotta do counting. I gotta do count real quick. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, let's see. Oh, I better back them all off. But anyway, so shoot, I already forgot where I was. But oh yeah, so I took about a day to 2 days to write a script, and then back then I actually have a better place to film than where I'm at now. What I'm doing now, it was difficult to make noise, a lot of noise, or to find quiet time. That's kind of, I still have a little bit of that problem trying to find the quiet time to do stuff. That's why I'm up late at night. But I would record my voice reading the script. And then I'd have to sit down and I would search. This is why I mentioned earlier that I want everything in digital form. Then I'd sit down and search cartoon episodes, commercials, movies, whatever, anything and everything, so that I could land a piece, something on top of the, put a clip on top of my words. So that it looked good. And that usually took about a week and a half for one of those 10 or so 15-minute episodes. And that was before doing toy reviews. So then I decided, I've got some of these figures here that are still sealed up. I went to the very last convention in 2018, the last JoeCon, G.I. Joe official fan club convention. And it was my first and only JoeCon that I'd ever been to. It was kind of fun, too. Not on the correct layer. I think that's the layer. And that was a lot of fun, but I was planning on reviewing figures from JoeCon, and I never did. So, as I was thinking, it's taken a week and a half to get these videos out. And that's, you need to put videos out more often. And so I decided I'm just going to supplement with toy reviews. It's like, yeah, I'll just do this here and there. Into the depths, where's that? Next. And that started taking things over. 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, what? My counting's off. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Really? Oh, come on. There we go. So I started doing the toy reviews, and that just kind of took over everything. It was a lot easier to do toy reviews. I kind of cheaped out a little bit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, fine. Boom. And then Fortnite came around. December 1st of 2018, Jazwares released the Fortnite toy line, and I didn't know anything about it. I heard about it, I think, like 2 or 3 days before the release. And when I saw them in the store, I was like, oh my goodness, those look just like G.I. Joe figures. Same size, mostly the same type of a build. I was like, those are really cool looking. And I kind of played the game on and off because there were some kids that I worked with that played the game. And so I bought a couple of them, and tried my best to research them and thought these are actually really cool toys. And so the approach was to do a toy review, a Fortnite toy review towards collectors, towards G.I. Joe people. I kind of built a different kind of audience than I realized by, people who like Fortnite. But I started really liking the figures and the toys, and so I kept buying them and kept doing the reviews. And so the whole review stuff has really taken over my channel, because it was supposed to be initially G.I. Joe stuff. Comic book reviews, cartoon episode summaries, history, because I know a lot about G.I. Joe. I know a lot about G.I. Joe. And I was going to put it in video form. And now Halo has come around, and I'm doing Halo reviews. And so there's a lot more than you probably needed or wanted to know about the thought process behind my channel. Well, that's true. Okay, you got me there. That's a good point. But, well, yeah, actually that's about the only point. I was going to say it's because I've really looked into it, I've really studied it, and I've immersed myself in it. But no, that's a good point. Growing up with it, really, I've got the knowledge of characters and stuff. Yeah, I had the first green shirt G.I. Joes, the first few in 1982. My parents bought them for me for Christmas, and it's been the only toy line pretty much ever since. And there's been a few here and there, like in the mid 80s when Ninja Turtles came out, I bought a few of those turtles, but I didn't buy all of them. I didn't buy a lot of them. I bought a few of them. Never really got into I enjoyed Transformers for what I knew of it, but it wasn't really my thing. There's a lot of other weird stuff. He-Man, Army Ants, Stretch Armstrong. A lot of that stuff is actually apparently coming back. And Funko doesn't help. But, that's a good point. Yeah, I did grow up with it. I started, at its very beginning, I started with G.I. Joe. Well, let me rephrase that. I started at the beginning of A Real American Hero, not the 12-inch 60s G.I. Joe. But I started at the beginning of the Real American Hero saga. I know all the character names. I know code names. I can just about tell you any figure if you have a body part that's not even a part of a full figure. I can just about probably identify every one of them that way. Yeah, you're interesting to me. Okay, let me rephrase that. That kind of sounded weird and creepy. I've been part of the online community since 1999. And there was a group of people then. And I kind of disappeared for a couple years. I'll just say, I won't say too much since this is a live stream, but we'll leave it at the fact that I had a fire in 2016. I think it was 2016. Maybe it was 2014. No, it's 2014. We had a fire in 2014. And I would say 93 or 94% of my G.I. Joe collection went up in smoke. And that was a lot of stuff. But we won't go into any more detail than that on a live. Oh, there it is. And so I kind of got bummed a little bit. And I kind of stopped buying. There wasn't a lot to buy anyway. This was around the 50th anniversary time. And so I kind of stopped buying it, and I was kind of a little bit burned out, and so I kind of pulled back from the online community for a while. And then one day, 2018, early 2018, I'd been exploring this YouTube thing, and it occurred to me I had a brilliant idea that I'm sure nobody else in the world had. I could make videos about G.I. Joe. I could talk about all this really cool stuff, all the characters and the teams and the history of it, that I'm sure nobody, because I'd never seen a YouTube video about G.I. Joe before. Until then I logged into YouTube and typed in G.I. Joe, and I found, oh, look at all these people already doing videos. That was exciting. But then it told me, hey, well, that means there's people out there doing this stuff. And so that kind of gave me a little bit of a push to do some video stuff. And the videos actually kind of pulled me back into it. And so I started exploring the community online again and discovered there's all these Facebook groups, and there's all this new group of people doing G.I. Joe related stuff on YouTube that I'd never heard of. But then what was interesting is I went back to HissTank, because I was an old HissTank member. And I went on HissTank, and I discovered something very fascinating that I don't think a lot of people who were originally into the G.I. Joe community back in the early 2000s. And that is, there's a whole new generation, and you're lumped into that. There's this whole generation, of G.I. Joe people that grew up with G.I. Joe that didn't grow up in the 80s. They grew up in the early O's. Just like what you said, Spy Troops, Valor versus Venom, and that never occurred to me, not a single time, because the people I talked to were people who grew up with the vintage. And I sat back because I was thinking about this, like, oh my goodness, we've got something that we've never faced before. We have a group of people who are probably in their late 30s to early 50s that are connected to a real American hero in the 80s. But then we've got this group who were born with the newer stuff. And you have a very different understanding of what G.I. Joe is and the characters than we do. And so as I explored HissTank, I was like, this is really fascinating. I never even thought of something like this happening before. I'm guessing it must be what the 12-inch guys had to deal with when A Real American Hero came out, and then all these kids, when they got up in their 20s, they probably like, who in the world is Duke? I had a fuzzy-haired figure when I was growing up. But it was such an interesting change to me, and something I've really wanted to explore, because you all grew up with characters like Helix and one of my favorites, and I can't remember his name right now, Shadow Tracker. I like Shadow Tracker. Did you ever deal with Shadow Tracker at all? I like Shadow Tracker a lot. And characters like, who else? Let's see. Scalpel. Metaviper. Scalpel is actually based off of Metavipers. But you grew up with those characters where we didn't. And then there's all people like my age who are like, oh, those are newer characters. Those don't count. You don't remember Shadow Tracker? Oh my goodness, you gotta look that guy up. He's a Cobra. He's like just mean looking. He's like Crocmaster to like the next level. He was in, I don't know if it was Valor versus Venom or Pursuit of Cobra they brought him out. Wow, I'm surprised you don't remember Shadow Tracker. I get a lot of weird looks when I tell people, hey, we need a Shadow Tracker update, or we need Shadow Tracker in War on Cobra or something. I get all these like crazy, like, who in the world are you talking about? Sometimes I like to pull out obscure characters like that. Or like Dr. Link. You had Dr. Link and we had Doc. It's just a really interesting dynamic to be living through and going through. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. You have to look Shadow Tracker up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boom. But surely you remember Dr. Link, right? He was introduced in the Valor vs. Venom movie. I don't know if he was actually introduced in the movie or first, or... oh, that's my triangle. Or if he was introduced as a figure first. But he was the vet that I think had to deal with the Venom troops. Or like turn him back. It's been a while since I watched that movie. Wait, what year were you born? You said 2003 though, right? That probably did it. That's probably why. So you wouldn't have probably gotten into G.I. Joe until like Pursuit of Cobra then. Because Pursuit of Cobra was 2010, 2011? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so... let's see. I'm gonna look him up real quick. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. See, and then there's that dynamic too. Is parents or some relative that introduces you to G.I. Joe based off of what they grew up with, as opposed to what you discover. Because there's a group that discovered G.I. Joe, and then there's a group that's introduced, and even they have some interesting interactions, I've noticed. And I want my channel, I want to attempt to have my channel be, you know, cross-generational. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like, my girls have never grown up with G.I. Joe in the store until now. And so, they didn't have a G.I. Joe that they remember in the store. Yeah, but they're also girls. And girls don't... oh, shoot. Girls have never usually... you know, I gotta be careful what I say. There's some girls in the hobby. But girls usually didn't used to play with G.I. Joe too much. Wait, what just happened? A crash? Don't you... what the heck? A crash report? All that I didn't save absolutely anything I just did. No. Please have autosave. Come on, come on. Holy moly. What just happened? Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. You know what? It's time to save. Not as bad as it could have been. Let's see, where was I storing this? Wow. I don't know what in the world just happened. And I still have to backtrack, but golly. It surprised me so much, I totally forgot what I was talking about. I just ramble. sometimes. Oh, about my girls, they didn't ever have a G.I. Joe in the store, so they've only learned it from what I've told them. Which is funny. They still have G.I. characters that they like. Even if they don't know as much. I think sometimes they humor me. So you're an interesting one. You were introduced to the 80s stuff. Grew up during the... Oh yeah, that's what I was confirming. You grew up during, like, Rise of Cobra, Pursuit of Cobra, I'm guessing. Although you mentioned Spy Troops and Valor versus Venom. I almost would have pegged that as maybe too young. Because Spy Troops was what, 2004? No, 2004 is Valor versus Venom. 2003 is Spy Troops. 2005 is still Valor versus Venom. And 2006, we're getting up to direct to consumer. In 2007, yeah, that's when 25th anniversary started. You actually got in pretty good toys. See, I like that they have more females out there than they used to. That's really cool. It's one of the things when they're making G.I. Joe at first was that they didn't want very many females. I think it was like the higher ups didn't want very many females, but Kirk, the designer, wanted some more females, and then he discovered that kids bought the female figures. I always thought females were really awesome. But who knows? I could have been a young boy and that could have been why. I don't know. But I thought the female figures were actually really cool to have. You know, I don't want just all boy toys. So every time we got new female figures, that was really exciting. I was quite excited when Agent Helix was introduced, and Munitia, and Stiletto. So I'm curious, just, if you can remember 10 years ago, how did you watch it in 2010? If it came out like about 6 or... Wait. 16. Oh, yeah. So if it came out... 7, not 17. Oh, okay. Where did you obtain the DVD? Was that just something in your family, or... Because it's not like that's not like a very popular out there title. In fact, if you talk to some G.I. Joe people, they're gonna like disown it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay, cool. I always recommend everyone give Spy Troops Valor versus Venom at least one go through before they completely say it's horrible. Now, unfortunately, Spy Troops has not aged well, technology-wise. Many, many years I refused to watch any CGI stuff. It was just really bad. Man, that stuff. Golly, that early CGI. Even then, I was like, no, this is junk. There was one thing I watched, Over the Hedge, if you've seen that movie. That was the very first CGI movie that I watched that I said, hey, this isn't bad. Yes, it did. DVD and VHS both came with that free card. The only way you could get that card, and that was a beast of a card. 10 power, if I remember right. That was a beast of a card. Venomous Maximus was awesome. And I'll get shunned if anybody ever hears me say that. Oh, that was a lucky swipe. It was kind of funny. I have an alliance Discord for my alliance in War and Cobra, and I made the joke that because we were like always guessing, like, okay, who's going to be the featured units for the next event? So I told my group, I was like, hey, I have an idea. I'm going to, I said, what do you guys think of this idea? I'm going to recommend to the company that we have a Hawk and Venomous Maximus event. Some of them had no clue what I was talking about, and the ones that did pretty much were like, okay, if you do that, we are leaving your alliance. I had to explain exactly why I wanted that. I thought, how cool would it be to have Hawk, who is also Venomous Maximus, like, you know, be the opposing side, you know, opposing leader, or the opposing unit or something. I thought that'd been awesome. But the older fans, not so keen on that idea. Which I guess I understand. But now actually we did get in War and Cobra, we did get a newer character in Mistress Armada, who was introduced in the Devil's Due comic series by Josh Blaylock. Are you familiar with the Devil's Due comic books at all? Well, it's looking pretty good. Got some cleaning up on the edges of this thing to do. Oh, that's epic music. Okay, well, I'll tell you a little. It's not going to be like cute. Well, shoot. I shouldn't tell you anything. It's probably going to be too big of a spoiler. I was going to explain about Mistress Armada, because that's what I do. I talk G.I. Joe. But yeah, she's introduced in the Devil's Due comic. She's a unique character created for that. And there was a lot of people flipping out when they introduced her in the War and Cobra game. They're like, what in the world? Who is this person? Why is she here? She doesn't count. We need, you know, other people like Vipra or Zorana or something. I don't know. I just heard a lot of different ones. Oh yeah, that's the new one by Paul Allor, and that's actually rumored to be canceled. That's the latest one from IDW. It's not a bad comic book, but it's not Joe for me. It could be anything, but it's well written. Yeah, it's a good series. It's just it doesn't really jump out as G.I. Joe for me. But the writing's really pretty good. He's a really good writer, and I always will give credit for that. You know, I may not like something exactly, but if you're doing a bang-up job, then, dude, you know, you're doing a bang-up job. Do you buy any of the comics? Or have you bought any of the comics? Like paper or digital? That's true. It is. That's a very deep topic, especially nowadays. When G.I. Joe was out back in the 80s, it either wasn't talked about much or it wasn't as big of a problem. I'm guessing it was probably just not talked about as much. And because it wasn't talked about as much, then people didn't realize it was as big of a problem. So that's true. It's a topic that really doesn't get talked about a whole lot. But do you buy or read print comics or digital comics? Oops. I could shrink this down here. Yep. And I was a smart person. I saved that link, and that's actually still online. You can still see it. Last I checked, it was still online for free. It was on their Scribd. I think it was the Scribd website, their Scribd page. I check that link every once in a while to see if it's still active. Because if it's still active, then I can share it. Wow, that's getting harder to see there. But if you're ever in the mood for comics, have you heard of Comixology? Aha. Do you follow me on any social networks, like Twitter or Instagram specifically? Actually, Twitter specifically. Because if you don't have that link, I could always throw that out there. If you don't have that link. Don't have Twitter? Well, you're probably smarter for it. You're probably smarter for it. I only have Twitter because it's a good way to advertise video. In fact, I think that may be when I started using Twitter. I had Twitter for like a long time but never used it, but then I started using it to advertise videos. Apparently YouTube was trying to protect me. It didn't like your last message. I had to approve it. So there's some sort of a filtering system going on there. I'll have to take a look later. Yeah, that makes sense. Social media can be really depressing. Wow, that's kind of weird to just do that. That makes me dizzy. Alright, where are we at on this side? I'll start right here. Another lyrical one. Moonless Night. We'll go to that one. Oh wow, 2.5 hours. Still streaming, huh? That's all. Look at that. It's after 2 o'clock. I probably should go to bed here soon. I get sucked into what I'm working on. And I'll just spend hours doing it and not even think about anything else. Oh, hey, cool. Huh. Didn't think about the fact that I could go over. I don't have to be as precise as I thought. Yeah, I might do some late night streams again in the future. Doing streams is not about trying to get, 100 people or 200 people in the middle of the day on. I kind of like the idea of a relaxing stream. Just doing something and chit-chatting. This is how I get my feet wet for live streaming. This is actually my 3rd live stream ever. You know what? I just lied. Yep, I just flat out lied. I've done live stream before. Totally forgot about it. I think I did live stream at the G.I. Joe convention in 2018 on my phone. I'm a liar. I did at least one parachute drop. I did one of the parachute drop. And I may have done a live reaction to something. I recorded all the panels. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I only live streamed the parachute drop and that was it. So this may be like my 4th or 5th live stream ever. First time I've ever tried live streaming my computer screen, I'll say that. Oopsie. I can't go over on that one. Excuse me. Yeah, someday I will have a more robust live stream where I'm on camera and so forth. But I'm not quite to that level yet. I'm not an expert yet. Wow, is that what they've got you doing? So is it like alternate 2 days on, 2 days off? That kind of sounded weird. 2 days home and 2 days there. Wow, is that what it really looks like under there? Oops. Yep. I gotcha, okay. Kind of a weird schedule to be getting used to, isn't it? You haven't had to do that before. Oh, it's full hybrid. This gray is actually pretty good, edgewise. Full hybrid. To me, hybrid, oops, is a mixture of computer and in class. Is that correct? Okay, I gotcha. And that's what they'll probably do for the rest of the year till summer, and then maybe reevaluate for fall of 21. Oh, so like half the class, like they swap out, like half the class is in school in the building while the other half is at home, and then they swap out. Is that what you mean? Okay, that's different than the hybrid I've heard. Well, that's an interesting idea. So that way they can keep full enrollment. Keep full enrollment, but still try to keep some separation, I guess. That would be nice. Unless something happens, though, I have bad feeling that this is going to be going for a few months into next year. I like how a lot of people say, oh, 2020 sucks, and I do agree with that, by the way. But they're like, I can't wait for 2021, and I have to be the bearer of bad news every once in a while and tell people, you do realize just because we have a change in the number doesn't mean everything goes away, right? And I get glares. I just can't help but be honest to people. They're like, shut up. Quit talking that way. Hey, Scully. Skull Trooper, how are you doing? What? You're up late. What are you doing up late? Or is it early for you? Let's see. Are you on the East Coast? That'd be about 5 o'clock. Or are you in another country? And that would be like mid-afternoon. You can't sleep. Well, I can sleep. I just am choosing not to at the moment because I want to get something done. Long Beach. Hey, we're all on the West Coast. We're all about 2:15 a.m. Yeah, I hope 21 is overall better than 20. I was listening to, there's a guy I listen to that's a computer talk show. It was really funny in January, right after the new year. He was saying, we are now in the year 2020. Doesn't that sound futuristic? We are now in the future. How wonderful and how great the year will be. And I think if I remember right, not too long ago, a couple months ago, he revisited that. He's like, wow, that was a horrible thing to say. It's like, we're not the future. We don't want this future. Go away. So why can't you sleep, Skull Trooper? The next Fortnite toy review will be next week sometime. It will either be your favorite inverted guy, but I have to find him first, or it's going to be a toy that I haven't gotten to because I have a pile of toys that I should have gotten to in August and September, but because I was evacuated for a fire, I wasn't able to finish up all the August toys. I have at the moment one more Halo figure, one more Halo set to do. It's a 3-pack from Amazon. I'd like to get in and do some G.I. Joe Classified figure reviews because I'm really behind on those, but Fortnite is a little bit more popular than G.I. Joe currently, and so because I recognize that, I need to get on the ball with these Fortnite stuff that I'm missing, because Christmas is coming, the holidays are coming, gift giving is coming, and it would be really cool to have especially the Jumbo vending machine video out. So I might do vending machine week next week. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Monday I'll finish that last Halo. Then I could do Fallen Love Ranger, X-Lord, vending machines, the little ones, and then the Jumbo vending machine with 8-Ball and Ruin. I did that last year when I got behind. I had Llama Appreciation Week. I can't do that this year. I guess I'll have to have Vending Machine Appreciation Week, where I spent the whole week unboxing and opening llama pinatas that I hadn't opened yet because I was behind. Vending Machine Appreciation Week. Oh, maybe about time to save this. What color was your Fallen Love Ranger's pants? Was it like it's supposed to look, purpley? Or was it the light pink of the regular the regular Love Ranger? I ask because I'm searching for the purple pants Love Ranger. Pink. Ah, where'd you get it from? Okay, Target. Okay, so I'll probably avoid Targets for the moment. I'm desperately searching for the purple pants guy. It was a running change, and I was going to mention that in my video, but there was a running change. It came out pink for some reason, wasn't supposed to, and the fact they made the correction in the factory, and there is a purple pants out there, and that's what the future change is supposed to be. So any videos that you've seen about that who complain about pink pants, well, they just don't understand that pink pants wasn't supposed to be what happened. So I'm watching for them purple pants. I keep asking everybody anywhere when they buy one, what color are the pants? Because the Fallen Love Ranger will show up eventually the way he's supposed to. I haven't opened up mine, so I actually don't know what I have, but I think the early ones were pink. It's kind of interesting, though, if you just recently got yours. You have the bootleg one. What bootleg one? Yeah, pink pants. That's what's been coming in the vending machines, or the pink pants. That's weird. Yeah, anyway, sorry. I was looking at something on my screen. So they have pink pants from the factory, and they got into the vending machines, and then they discovered that they were being put out as pink, and Jazzwares contacted them and said, hey, this is the wrong color. And so then they started producing the purple, from what my understanding is. And so it was what they call a running change. And so part of the official shipments will be pink and part of them will be purple. I was kind of hoping that the official purple ones would show up by now. So when I did my video, I could actually do a video showing both the figures. But I have a bad feeling I'm going to have to go ahead and do a video. Actually, I may actually have a picture of the purple one. Someone may have sent that to me. I'll have to look. I may have to show a picture. Oh, I know what another video is. I'm going to be doing a G.I. Joe Pop video this week. Funko Pop. I don't like Funko Pops. I'm a little irritated that Hasbro had to partner with Funko. But that's a video that I've had some requests for. And I ordered the last few Funko items off of eBay, I think on Thursday. So whenever they show up, these mystery mini G.I. Joe Funko thingies. Do you guys buy Funko Pops or Funko anything? Oh, why did it do that? Okay, well then I'll admit I have a Tomato Head Pop. Fig. I do have a Tomato Head Pop. I got that for one reason, and one reason only. I was going to do a video about what's the big deal, what's a pop, for anyone who may not know what a pop is. So I was going to do a little example video, but because of our evacuation due to fire, I never got that video out before the G.I. Joe Pops showed up. Oops. So now it's just a figure standing on a bookcase. Everyone's partnering with Funko. Funko's like gonna, forget about Google. Don't ever worry about Google or Facebook. Start fearing Funko. They're gonna take over the world soon. Those little pops are just gearing up to, they're in everyone's home. They're gonna wake up one day like the Energizer Bunny, and they're going to murder us in our sleep. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that. That may get me in trouble on YouTube. They're going to take over our lives. It's really hard to color black over dark gray. The Funko Revolution. Forget robots. It's all pops. Do you really even see? I don't even know if that's noticeable. I don't see dark gray. Maybe I don't need to finish what I was doing there. The 4-inch figure or the pop? I found him at Walmart. I have 3 Walmarts nearby. Only one of them had it. Logo box. Logo. Which Walmart? I don't know, just one of them. Blackboard. Let's see. Fudgy, fudgy, fudgy. That's a good one to get. It's the latest one out there. Most of my stores are really picked over though with Fortnite figures right now. Well, I'm sorry, Target isn't. But all the Walmarts have never really got stocked up. It's like they get like 3 or 4 at a time and then that's about it. Alright, I think that's enough for my project for tonight. But yeah, Targets are like overflowing with Fortnite. And don't even look for G.I. Joe. You'll never find it. Boom. Yeah, I like this. I think this is going to work out if I can just figure out how to do the rounded edges, rounded corners. If I do those two, I can move it over here and copy it there, and then I can use it on this. Actually, I could probably the top and the bottom. See you, Brady. I'm probably going to head out here in just a minute. Just realized I'm almost 3 hours of streaming and 2:30, and I've got to get up, I think, around 9 o'clock. 6.5 hours or so. So have a good one, Brady. So your Target and Signal Hill doesn't keep up, huh? That's for sure. An itty bitty ditty bag. I know what I'm missing. I am missing lines. Those red lines. And those are gray lines. Let's see. Creating a line. There you are. I do play Fortnite. I do. When I have time, that is. I think you could add me. Oh, I gotta draw it. McDowell. Same as I use everywhere else. Is this 180 degrees? Huh. Is that straight? That's not straight. That's not straight at all. I don't play like most people do. I don't play with a headset or anything. Yep, same as my channel name. Alright, I probably won't be checking it till sometime tomorrow evening. What the heck? My computer's not making happy noises. There's the proper degree. Huh? Where'd the line go? Where's the line? Make it thicker than that. Going to another target, are you? That's wrong. All right, sounds good. Like I said, I probably won't be on till tomorrow. Huh. Sometime. Maybe lines don't do what I think they do. Alright, well, forget that. Cool. Take another tactic. Boom. New layer. New layer. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Watch this very carefully. Alright. Let's do a block line. There. So, do you have the current battle pass? Excuse me. Do you have the current battle pass? What level are you? What do you think of all the Marvel stuff? I do. I am only up to level 59. I was delayed. Wow, 162, that's crazy. You're about to get like all the secret stuff. All the metallic and everything. The shimmers and the shines and the colors. Was it like 220 or 210 or something where you get them all? I saw someone with a storm today that was, I think 192, and that was quite the shimmer. $20,800? I think you got too many zeros there somewhere. I don't know if anyone can get to that level. Level 20,800. $280? Oh, if it's up that high, I won't be finishing. I won't be getting it. Dude, I got a long ways to go. That's too high for me. I'll be happy with 100 right now. $25 tiers. Yeah, I'm just about to finish Storm stuff. Almost to level 60. I think I'm like at 59 and a half. Is it 59 and a half? Maybe it's 58 and a half. But her last thing is at 60, and so I'm just about there. But I haven't really played for a few weeks. Actually, it's probably been more like a month because just like a lot of crazy stuff is going on. You found the character that you like, huh? Forget the rest. Hey, have you, were you on today? Did you see the Skull Squad? Beef Boss and Cuddle Team Leader and Ravage and everything. It's kind of cool. I was telling somebody that I wouldn't buy it unless they created a bonehead, or tomato head as like I like to call it. I want a bonehead. Give me tomato head and skull outfit, then I'll buy it. It's not bad. Oh yeah, the Peely Bone. I'm surprised he hasn't come out yet. He was out last year. Surprised they haven't brought him back out yet this year. Because I think he was just in the store, wasn't he? He wasn't part of a battle pass. November 1? That seems kind of late. Wasn't that like a Halloween skin? Yeah, he's item shop. layer. Boom. Now I don't have to do another one. Yeah, I passed on Peelybone last year. I don't know if I'm going to do it this year or not if he pops up. Kind of stopped giving Epic money lately. I want to see what they're doing with their lawsuits. They're not happy with Apple at the moment. 14. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Oh, down 1. Boom. Well, only if you want to, but I'm not asking anything like that. Cool. Now, I have to admit, I have been enjoying the Marvel stuff. I picked up a few of those, but that was with the coins that I already had in my account. I missed Daredevil. He was out this last week. Bogus comment on a video. Go away. We don't want to date anybody. Oh, you don't like this season? Because of Marvel theme or what? You know, I don't know if I've used any of the new Mythic stuff or not yet. Is that like Iron Man's things and Wolverine's claws? Oh, yeah. That Wolverine. I'm still trying to beat him. I don't have his skin yet. I haven't been able to beat him yet. I've tried a few times, but he's kicked my butt. Duplicate layer. Red. Paint bucket. Zoom in. Upper, lower. Duplicate. Red lower line. That's mostly it right now. I used to do a lot of Minecraft, but my schedule's been too busy to do anything else, or to do that. I play a lot of G.I. Joe War on Cobra game on my mobile device. I used to play MapleStory a long time ago. That's a lot of fun. Oh, console. Well, I did just get a Switch. Got a Switch, maybe a month and a half ago. And then I picked up Pokemon Sword when it was on sale at Best Buy a while back. That was a fun game. I beat that in about 4 days, 5 days maybe. I played it a lot. Pre-ordered the PS5. That's cool. That's going to be, was that like $300? $300 or $400 maybe? Okay, $500. Wow. Getting crazy expensive. Crazy, crazy. Interesting. Get rid of that. Alright, well, I need to get going. I have to be up in 6 hours for a full day of stuff. Streaming for 3 hours and 13 minutes now. Wow, that's a lot longer than I actually planned on doing that for. Nope, I already saved it. Guess I'm that tired. Alright, well, I'm glad you were able to stop in for a few minutes and chit-chat for a few. I will be streaming again here at some point. I don't know when. It's very erratic when I'll be streaming, but I will be streaming again and getting more videos out. So catch you later. Thank you for stopping in. Bye. Well, bye whenever I figure out how to stop streaming.